Hey there folks, welcome to this video, and here I'm going to be giving a preview for the Belgian Grand Prix. Formula 1 will return from its summer break this weekend at the historic Spa-Francorchamps, the 64th running of the Belgian Grand Prix and the 52nd time there's going to be at this circuit. And in this video I'm going to be giving a preview to the circuit, a bit of a rundown on what the championship's like going into it, as well as a couple of things around stories regarding the weekend, and couple of people that I think you need to watch out for. And before we get into it, so yesterday's video about Ocon, that kind of ended up living out today. So check that out in the description below for the stuff that I talked about on regards to Hulkenberg and what it will mean for Mercedes and for Renault. Now let's start off by talking about the track, and like I said, Spa is one of the historic races on the F1 calendar. 19 turns over 7 kilometers means that it is the longest track on the calendar currently, and it means that the race distance is only 44 laps, which doesn't necessarily always bode well to Lewis Hamilton, who has only won there 3 times, the same amount of times as Sebastian Vettel. The driver who's currently in the pack that has won the race the most is Kimi Räikkönen, who's won it 4 times. The person who's won there the most is Michael Schumacher, who won there 6 times. Ayrton Senna himself won there 5. It's also the scene where last year WTF1 made an almost immortalised meme, which... Oh no. Oh no. And speaking of memes, the guy who's won it the most out of the current pack, Kimi Räikkönen, might not actually make the race start due to an injury sustained before the event. In fact, instead of him, it might be someone else as a stand-in, which is Alpha's third driver, which is Marcus Ericsson. Which... Just keep an eye out on the source. That's going to be one of my predictions. I reckon that at least one driver won't make it out of the source at the start of the first lap. Of course, the title race isn't exactly the tightest thing going into this. Lewis Hamilton has an almost unassailable lead over Valtteri Bottas, and Max Verstappen is a further 7 points behind Valtteri. Of course, Valtteri has just re-signed for Mercedes for next season and is celebrating his 30th birthday. So, we might see another return of the Bottas 2.0 from earlier this season. But I would say it's likely going to be Hamilton that's going to be out there, even though Bottas himself has a lap record around Spa. We might see someone other than Mercedes, but it is quite unlikely given that they, on a track that's quite heavy on engine, ended up spending the whole summer break working on engine development. That's including the shutdown, because they were like, oh, this is the workaround to doing the shutdown. We can let our engine department work. So yeah, that's going to be fun. However, I would say keep an eye out for Max Verstappen. Of course, his home round Zandvoort will be starting next season. The provisional calendar also got released today, which shows the drop of Hockenheim, sadly. However, this is going to be the closest to a home race he has this season, and the Orange Army has almost always, since Verstappen has been in the sport, filled up the Kemmel Straight. I reckon that's going to happen again this season. And of course, keep an eye out for his teammate, Alex Albon, in his first race in a Red Bull team. Will he do what Max did and win on his first time out? I wouldn't rule it out, but I would say it's quite unlikely. Like I said, I think this is going to be quite a strong circuit for Mercedes. But it could also be a good one for Ferrari. Last season, Sebastian Vettel recorded a win here. Of course, it's his most recent win to date. But Ferrari, as a constructor, have won the Belgian Grand Prix a whopping 17 times. So, could it be an 18th? Potentially. And I don't know which driver it would be that would lead the charge. I would say Vettel. But remember, Leclerc has been doing really well this season. Elsewhere in the pack, have an eye out on what Pierre Gasly does in his return to Toro Rosso. And have a bit of a look at what Hulkenberg's going to do. Of course, now that Ocon has been signed to Renault for next season, he's a bit up in the air. But he is confident that he can secure a drive for next season in Formula 1. So, keep an eye out. We probably won't see his first podium. Like I said in yesterday's video, Renault has proven to be almost the weakest of the 4 power units this season. But do keep a watch on him. And well, that's that for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to share it, because it helps me build a platform over here, because as you can see, I'm quite a small channel. If you did really enjoy it and you want to see more of me, hit subscribe. You can always hit the bell icon to be notified of any kind of future uploads and streams, because I do daily video uploads here. And if you want to get a bit of a discussion going, do that in the comment section. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.